Since 2.2's release, many great levels have been uploaded to Geometry Dash servers. Whether it's an artistic masterpiece or a level with unique gameplay mechanics and gimmicks, the levels and creators in this community just keep improving. One such creator I'd like to talk about is Dolphe, not to be confused with Dolphe with a Y, and their most recent level, Project Novaform. I've taken a bit of a break from GD, but since the resurgence of players and increasing community events, I figured I'd come back to check out what's new. Project Novaform was one of the first levels I played when I came back, and I instantly got hooked on its content. In this video, I'll explain why I think it's the greatest level to touch the servers. Dolphe is no stranger to the world of creation. They've made levels that showcase their creative design, levels like Operation Wastelands and Glacier 15, both of which are absolutely stunning visually. Dolphe's main style consists of the techie design style that are usually found in boss fight levels which Dolphe usually makes, however the designs have evolved over time. The boss fight style also fits the story of Project Novaform, or rather Dolphe's series, the Dolpheverse, perfectly. To put it simply, the Dolpheverse is like the Avengers Endgame of Geometry Dash, where Dolphe and Team Cascade are the Avengers, and Hyper is Thanos. This level isn't the first entry to the series either. Dolphe has several other levels that contribute to the lore of the Dolpheverse. They also made a Google Doc outlining all the events and their corresponding levels, along with a whole world map and more in-depth details about the lore. If that sounds interesting to you, I'll put the link to the doc in the description. Even if you don't want to follow the entirety of the lore, at least watch the YouTube playlist with all the levels, they're really well made. Back to Project Novaform. In this entry, Hyper finally acquires a super weapon, the one from the level of Celios, and wants to get rid of Team Cascade using it, naming the plan Project Novaform. You then drop into the outpost where the level starts. The intro and cutscenes are also amazing and help tie the lore to the level and add a bit more flair. Because this level was made for the random gauntlet, the gameplay was made into sections that generate in a random order. These sections flow together extremely well, no matter which parts get generated. And it's not like one or two different paths that'll be generated. No, it's like over 30, which gives a lot of possible pathways in one level. Sometimes you'll even question if you're playing the same level because of how different the current run is from a previous attempt. Not only do the randomly generated parts fit together like puzzle pieces, the gameplay is actually really fun too. It's definitely not demon level difficulty. I don't know what Tanger was talking about or why RobTop rated it demon at first, but the gameplay is definitely around like 7 to 9 star difficulty. This level is one of Dolphe's signature boss fight levels and has 2 boss fights, with the first being a more open section, which makes it kinda tricky to navigate the first couple times, but the real challenge is the second boss fight, aka the Blee boss fight. Okay, maybe it's not that much of a challenge, but it was definitely the most unique boss fight I've seen in the game. It has a fixed camera like you're in platformer mode, and the attacks are even more insane. Like, it has a laser that shoots from the background. The choreography of the attacks are done pretty solidly, and even goes as far as to have an attack guide in the bottom left corner. Wait, how are you supposed to dodge that? Oh, yeah, that's right. Using the player 2 jump button, Dolphe made it so that you can parry, whether it be attacks, walls, or freaking laser beams. If it glows purple, it can be parried. Moving on, the level also has a health bar where you have 6 hits of damage before you die. Attacks, walls, and lasers take 1 health point each, while spikes and blocks kill you instantly. And before each boss fight, you get a medkit before the actual boss fight. So if you took damage in the pre-drop due to a skill issue, you get a full heal before the fight begins. That is, however, presuming that you didn't activate hard mode at the start. See, hard mode is a mode that you can toggle to make the level even more of a challenge. Activating hard mode buffs sections and removes the medkits before the boss fights and replaces them with coins, so you have 6 lives and that's it. This gives the level even more replayability, because some parts have different paths if you choose to take on hard mode. There are a few things I'd like to mention before I end this video. First, I want to commend how few objects this level has, and how optimized it is, despite having all this content. I find that incredibly impressive. Second, saying this level is the best level ever made would probably be an overstatement, considering I didn't have much of an argument, with a lot of people not even caring about the story aspect. Everyone has their own definition of the word best. Sure, there are more eye-catching, unique, and iconic levels, but I just thought I'd make a video highlighting a level I thought was extremely cool, and well thought out in my eyes. Before I go, I'd like to ask one last thing. If you're watching this in the voting period of the 2025 GD Awards, please vote for Project Novaform for the Intermediate Classic section. Thanks for watching to the end. I highly recommend you go play not only Project Novaform, but Dolphe's other levels too. They're just as good.